Here to make a quick statement on the National Government, Nairobi County Government Cooperation Agreement, that on the 17th of February 2026, the National Government and the Nairobi City County Government signed a cooperation agreement pursuant to Article 189 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 6 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act. This agreement gives effect to a statutory requirement that has existed for over a decade, which provides that the two levels of government shall enter into a structured framework for the performance of functions and delivery of services for the people of Nairobi City. Nairobi is not only a county government under Article 176 of the Constitution, it is the capital city of the Republic of Kenya. It hosts the seat of the national government, diplomatic missions, international institutions, and remains the economic heartbeat of our nation. Effective governance of the capital city requires a structured cooperation between the two levels of government. This is not a transfer of functions. The agreement does not in any way invoke Article 187 of the Constitution and does not transfer any constitutional mandate from the Nairobi City County government to the national government. The county government retains in full constitutional authority. This framework is anchored strictly into the intergovernmental cooperation under Article 189 and Section 6 of the Urban and Cities Act. Attempts to equate this lawful cooperation with past arrangements that involve transfer of functions are inaccurate and misleading. The focus is service delivery and not politics. The cooperation agreement targets critical areas that directly affect Nairobi people, including solid waste management, roads and urban mobility, street lighting, markets, and SMEs infrastructure, not forgetting housing-related infrastructure, water and sanitation services, and environmental rehabilitation. These are not abstract constitutional debates. These are everyday realities affecting families, traders, commuters, and businesses across all the 17 constituencies whose members of parliament are represented here, most of them. Some have given their polite apologies. Public funds must be protected. All financing under framework remains subject to the PFM Act, parliamentary oversight, audit by the Auditor General, and the public participation requirements. Transparency and accountability are not optional. They are mandatory. And as a House, the Senate, we continue to do our oversight to all the 47 counties. As members of parliament, we will support what works, question what must be clarified, and ensure that implementation delivers measurable outcomes. Nairobi deserves progress. Development of the capital city shall not and should not be stalled by partisan posturing or constitutional mischaracterization. Capital cities across the world operate through structured collaboration between the national and city administrations. Nairobi must not and will not be denied the same opportunity to modernize, compete globally, and provide dignified services to its residents. Our position is clear. Uphold the Constitution, strengthen devolution, accelerate development, protect public resources, deliver for the people of Nairobi. Before us is Honorable Felix Jalango, Member of Parliament Langata, Senator Tabitha Mutinda, representing Nairobi County nominated Senator, Senator Karen Nyamu, representing Nairobi County nominated Senator, Senator Hamida Kibwana, representing Nairobi County nominated Senator. We have Honorable Orero representing Kibra County. We have Honorable TJ Kajwang representing the constituency of Ruaraka. We have Honorable Esther Pasaris representing the great county of Nairobi. We also have my great brother, Honorable Wakili Anthony Oluoch, representing the great constituency of Mathare. And finally, we also have my good I think we've captured all. Oh, Elachi has also given her sincere apologies. Honorable Karaure has also given his apologies. Honorable Mwenje of Embakasi West has also sent his apologies. Thank you so much. And Honorable Aladwa, the chair of ODM, representing Makadara constituency, has also extended his apology for not being here. But we are all together, any support of this agenda. Thank you.
Yes, we are consulted as leaders in Nairobi. You know, we are still struggling with Public Participation Act. It is still on the cards. A bill has been presented. We are working on it to exactly define what then becomes the nature and the architecture of public participation. This bill, this formation and the policy has been worked out thoroughly by the executive, and the executive has given sectorial public participation at the grassroots. But as to whether the legislature has conducted public participation to the extent that Nairobi leaders have been to the extent that Nairobi leaders have been sufficiently involved, it suffices for the for the threshold of public participation that we have. Number two, oversight is a constitutional prerogative of Parliament together as Parliament. Everybody. In fact, sometimes I hear people say opposition and government and so on. There is no such thing in the Constitution as we have as government and opposition. It behoves everyone in Parliament to carry out that function of oversight. So the funds, and this is the reason of that intergovernmental agreement, the funds that will come under the purview of the Exchequer will be oversighted by the National Assembly. The funds that will come under the purview of the Senate and operational issues will be oversighted by the Senate, because as you know that the Senate is given a mandate of dealing with issues concerning counties in devolution. So there is no prevarication in this issue. It is very clear, and oversight is important. Let me tell you, you have traveled across the world. You go to New York, you go to the major metropolis. There is no metropolis which runs on its own without the support of the central and the executive. We have tried this for, say, 13 years now going, since the Constitution was enacted. And you can be sure the beginning, when we began the Constitution, we said that all these counties, the 47 counties, will run as they were. But the cities, Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, Kisumu, you know that they demonstrate differences in terms of how they can, and it's a melting point. Everybody is here from all sides. So yes, there is the grant by which the county runs, but there must be a structural and operational support by the national government. So it has been thought through. If this works, we are going to support that it can be cascaded into cities, so that they become the engine of spurring development in our country. Thank you. Well, if you ask me, and that's my personal response, and as a constitutional lawyer, I can tell you that this is one of the issues which should go for referendum. Personally, I think that Nairobi is a sui generis kind of thing. It's on its own, must be considered on its own, and it cannot be considered as a county. Well, it could be regionally termed as a county, but its operational management must be something different from some of those counties which are in the rural space and so on. So yes, although you need a referendum for it, but my personal response is it must be a different organization as compared to the others. Thank you. Yes?
I have a question. Now,
it dovetails to what I've just said, that we are still struggling with what really is public participation. The courts have said that public participation should not be a ruse. It should not just be a joke. It must be something meaningful as to get the information from wananchi. But whether that information will be used is another matter. Yes. Whether that information has been harvested from people will be used is another matter. So we are struggling around it. And the point we make today, somebody is out there confusing wananchi, that it is transfer of function, that Sakaja has now just been rendered useless. He is supposed to go home. That people are bringing NMS in Nairobi. Far from the truth. This is a reinforced, robust. It is helping to create Nairobi in a space. And I really, honestly, want to thank Hechi, the president, because to think through, that has not happened before. You remember the other regime thought through but brought in NMS, and you know how NMS brought down, could not work functionally because of inter-dysfunctional mechanisms. But he has thought through and has decided that let us come in and help Nairobi run, pump finance. So it is not about transfer of functions. Not even one function has been given out. This is about revamping and taking care of our central metropolis the way we know it.
Can I say
Thank
something
you.
on the issue
Yes,
of
please.
public participation?
Yes.
Distinction. While public participation is an imperative under Article 118 of the Constitution, constitutional lawyers will tell you that the Constitution must be read conjunctively or together. If you read section Article 6.2 of the Constitution, it says that the national and the county government will operate on the basis of mutual cooperation and interdependence. The framework under which this cooperation is being conducted is already anchored under Constitution. There is already a direct mandate, directive by the people of Kenya. Remember that the Constitution was written by the people of Kenya. So where public participation comes in is a requirement to ask the people what they think. But in this case, the people already wrote into the Constitution that there shall be cooperation. And this is not a handover, it is cooperation. So the jury is still out there as to whether when the people have already written in black and white in the Constitution that you still need to go to them. You may need to go to them, but they already spoke their views in section Article 6.2 of the Constitution. There shall be cooperation. This is cooperation.
are you saying that the public participation, the outcome will not matter?
No, I'm not saying it will not matter, but I'm saying that even as we urge public participation, please put at the back of your mind that the very same people already spoke in black and white and said, please cooperate. And the government and the county are cooperating. Thank you.
Good. We welcome you for lunch.
The statement is,
No, you cannot
you
say
can
that.
share some of this.
will deal with that lunch.
There is a soft copy.
We are here to make a quick statement on the National Government, Nairobi County Government Cooperation Agreement, that on the 17th of February 2026, the national government and the Nairobi City County Government